Santos Balo, and we will come back to Recap News. Our Asian people at the core. On the second day of the ASEAN People's Conference ASEAN 2025, which took place on 25th May 2025, representatives from civil society organizations in each ASEAN country shared the conclusions from their two-day workshop. At the end of the day, they also delivered a joint message to promote greater solidarity and strengthen people power across the region. Guiding principles of Asian peoples at ASEAN 2025 are human rights adhered to international human rights principles and standards as enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other international human rights laws. Democracy, principle of democratic process to be respected. Good governance, to be participatory, consultative, and have genuine engagement and dialogue. Rule of law, to adhere to the rule of law. Non-discrimination, to respect that everyone is equal irrespective of race, gender, social opinion, and other status. Non-retrogressive, progressive, and evolutionary, not to regress in terms of human rights and to be updated with current minimum standards. And commitment to spread awareness on Asian, socializing Asian to the constituents.
We've been work to bridge the struggle and build alliance rooted in dignity and justice. But we cannot afford to stay fragmented. The crisis that we face inequality and environment collide injustice demand united action. Now, more than ever, we need deep cross-movement solidarity. So let's come together, let's connect, and time is now. Thank you.
Democracy and political rights cluster. Of course, coming from the session and at the same time our Philippine elections just this May 12, it was 82% voter turnout. And yet, despite the historic voter turnout, our elections show that our democratic journey is far from complete. Our elections reminded us that democracy is a work in progress. And with the 20th Congress opening, this is for our fellow Filipinos. Let us capitalize the momentum, consolidate our data from election monitoring, and then engage with the legislators directly, offering technical expertise and community insights to shape election-related bills before they reach committee and the plenary. But at the same time, with the ASEAN Summit happening tomorrow, this is also the right time to urge our heads of the state, the executive branch, to match the words with action by streamlining these ASEAN commitments, embedding them into our national agenda, agencies, and budgets so that regional pledges become domestic realities. In short, this is the right time to ask accountability from them because we need to recall and affirm that our region's democratic promise depends on partnership and solidarity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The civil society of Timor-Leste certainly are looking forward to work with everybody in the civil society in ASEAN to make sure that development in all our countries are ones which are inclusive and sustainable. Be it in the context of Myanmar, ethnic minorities in Myanmar.
30 seconds.
Now I forgot what I was going to say.
There's a trick, guys.
In Myanmar or in any other part of ASEAN. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
I would just like to congratulate you. Thank you for the fantastic contributions, and would like to add a call for action as others have done. Stay in touch, make the best out of the connections, and continue the work for 3 reasons. Number 1, look at the 40 workshops, look at the 18 thematic clusters. How many of those can be solved by one country? I see some colleagues shaking their heads. So it requires international participation. It's only going to be possible together. It only works through partnership. So that's number 1. Number 2, Oh, it disappeared. There was inclusivity and sustainability. See, we have to read about it all the time. So, without inclusivity and sustainability, no successful project of regional cooperation or integration. If it's not sustainable, if it's not inclusive, a process that does not put the people at the center of the process will never deliver to the hopes and aspirations of the region, will never manage to build the trust that is needed to move ahead with successful cooperation, and therefore to put the people at the center is the only way to make it inclusive and sustainable. Third and final point, in a number of thematic clusters, workshops where I had the pleasure to participate, repeatedly we talked about polarization, fragmentation, rising distrust between people, disinformation, manipulation, and this is something we all need to take very seriously. This is something probably that 10 years ago we were not talking about that much. But under the influence of new technology, of new mechanisms, of new geopolitical realities, this is something that is very much at the forefront. If we don't manage to reduce the inequality, the polarization, the fragmentation of our country, also international cooperation, international integration will not work. In this way, I think there's a lot to do. I hope the connections you have forged here, the work you have done in the clusters will have long-term effects and will create cooperation and build trust and advance the regions in so many ways.
We've struggled on for 20, 30 years, disappearance, death, torture, annihilation, arrest, breaking of houses, deportation, border violence, scams. We have gone through it and we continue to go through it. The resilience of the communities will overpower even the most dire needs for us in order to organize something like this. But that's the spirit that keeps us here, and the spirit is supported by friends from the EU. I see Timo Guzman and Joanna. A big thank you to the EU delegation, the ambassador, to the EU delegation in Bangkok. They were very supportive. This is between the two delegations. I think Arun Siri is a friend, some may know, we don't see them here. But our spirit is a big thank you to all of you for making this possible in a very short time. And they were aided by their team here, the GOPA EU. So big hand, I see Dr. Chana, Dr. Rona, and Nigel, the one in the red coat. So they are the EU's consultant firm here. Friends, we've come to the end. A big thank you to all of you. We are going to go back now, safe journeys. But before that, we're going to have tea, which is most important in Malaysia. Nothing is success without food, right? So please enjoy the food. You still have this evening, tomorrow morning. Use the time for networking. Our group said we want to consolidate a framework on how we're going to be networking, not to have an institutional network, but a strategic network that can put ourselves in the correct spaces. But to do that, somebody reminded, if we get invited, what are we going to tell the governments? ASEAN is a different animal. Are we ready? Do we know what we're going to speak to them? How we're going to speak to them? So that's the challenge for us. If we get the invitation, are we prepared to say something that makes sense for ASEAN and can challenge them to the next level? I believe we can, but I hope, don't think this is over. We are still together, and let's keep up the struggle for human rights, sustainable development, good governance, climate change. And the theme that Malaysian government chose is inclusivity and sustainability, which is again an excellent theme. I hope ASEAN's Vision 2045, which is going to be launched tomorrow at 5:15 p.m., will actually capture what we have talked for so long. I really pray, because if it doesn't capture, let's stop this waste of time. Because they had 20 years or 10 years to think of what is not right. Now they're going to do it for another 20 years. I hope they get it right. Sadly, they did not invite civil society inputs. It's been a secret document. So that secret document is going to be revealed tomorrow, but it still gives us a chance while they're working on the mechanics. So some of you are planning to discuss, come here, please look at the document, and let's give it some feedback, some critical input to ASEAN. And I really hope this ASEAN starts becoming an ASEAN of the people, not ASEAN of the states. Because there's a big difference. Because if you go to the ASEAN gate in Jakarta, you need to get an appointment and a name tag, which is fine for security reasons. I'm okay with that. But I cannot get an appointment with anyone in the ASEAN Secretariat. I was so glad Dr. Pita from ASEAN Foundation said, yes, they will come, no problem. We had a 1-hour chat, and you saw his video. He was here, I think, 2 days ago with the SDG group. So this is what ASEAN should be, people opening doors, welcoming us. It's not there yet. And I'm really sad that this is like the whole ASEAN, where we are outside, while we should be partners inside. So those who have ASEAN contacts, open doors for us, because you know, Asia is a lot about relationships. So if you know someone told, Eric told me today, I know somebody there, I will send a WhatsApp. You know, that's how it works, right? If you know somebody inside, please send a WhatsApp, create a meeting, a group of us will go with you. Because the formal way is not getting us very far. We can always hope and try, but we'll also use the informal way, which is our Asian way. But the point is, don't give up, let's continue our resilience, and ASEAN for the people. Thank you.
All the issue, the meeting room are facing the same problem. Climate change issue, landline issue, citizen issue. Our youth, our new generation cannot speak our own mother tongue language problem. Yeah, I'm very sad, but at the same time, I'm very happy. See our family, ASEAN family, very, very happy today. My English is not good, but I 加油.
English is good.
And when I have problem, we do it together, like our same family, not 10 11 countries. ASEAN, I hope the future, we one family, we can go allow our ASEAN together. Thank you so much.
College. This is my first time in this kind of event, and now I'm here, so it's shocking. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm in the statelessness thematic group. It's so much, we discuss so much, we talk about success, we talk about our failures, and together we already come up with a plan to go forward. So we will come up with a policy for the Asian administration. Yeah. So this is our success already. Yeah. So remember, the problem that we are facing is not statelessness, but also other issues such as energy, migration. So all those things that we discuss here, they don't have borders. So to show that we need to work together. Yeah, we also don't have borders. ASEAN have to work together. And I believe that by working together, we can make ASEAN the best place in the world to live for everyone.
I'm Latana Pun. I'm really honored to represent the voices of Lao youth and also the Lao civil society organizations. And as a youth advocate for the women as the judges and inclusive development in Laos, I really felt honored to join the initiative and to join the Lao in OC. And throughout the 2 days event, I realized that a true, just, and also sustainable ASEAN must be built not only on the economic growth, but on the enforcement of human rights, dignity, and people voices on the ground. And one key takeaway that we gained, especially from the thematic areas that I joined, is the discrimination against the LGBTQ. And yes, I identify myself as a gay person. And I see the urgent need to promote the ethical justice for this community, especially Laos, as an emerging
30 seconds.
Yes, and many still face the legal and also social barriers, so that prevent them from seeking protections. And therefore, upon returning to Laos, I will continue to advocate for the inclusive legal empowerment and through the provision of free legal aid services and strengthening the cooperation between civil society and local institutions through the policy dialogue. And also, lastly, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the host country, Malaysia, and also the organizing team behind ASEAN People 2025 for your outstanding dedication, hospitality, and commitment for creating a safe, inclusive, and empowering spaces for all of us.
Thank you.
I want to repeat the spirit of ASEAN, that this year Malaysia has taken on is inclusivity and sustainability. And my message is I feel the hope for truly meaningful engagement of civil society in ASEAN, with ASEAN and with other sectors. Because this time, when we participate here, we see not only the local NGOs, international NGOs, but also the business communities and politicians and many other stakeholders. And what makes us strong is that we take action and we take ownership, not the victim.
So we might be refugees, yet we are still citizens of ASEAN. So in the issue of ASEAN policy, refugees' voices always matters and must always be included. Because the issue in Myanmar is downgrading the image of all of you, all of us, who are the citizens of ASEAN. So my humble request to all of you is please continue advocate and pressure each of your governments in the issue of Myanmar after you go back to each of your country. Please solidarity with the people of Myanmar wherever you are, because we are one family in ASEAN. Thank you.
It's really a journey that we have gone through, not just as a secretariat, but for each one of us here. It's a journey while organizing this magnitude is marvelous. But then, we had to, when I say we, is Coma's team, we had to put on hold our own core program. Our own core activities we had to put on hold for about a month because we need this to take off. And yes, we did take off, and it's because of all of you. We put our resources, human resource, sleepless nights, and little hours of sleep. And some of us are here. We send messages at 2 a.m. and then we get up at 4 a.m. and we send another round of messages. So it was crazy, yeah. But yeah, I'm glad it's over. I'm really glad it's over.
I want to remind her there's 30 seconds more, but then because she's my colleague, I will cheat and tell you openly.
Thank you, boss. But then also, I want to remind each one of us here, as we have spoken a lot during our thematic breakout sessions and how we even planned, we were also thinking of how we can knock and continuously knock the doors that we have not knocked before, or we have knocked lightly, or we have forgotten, or we didn't get an opportunity to knock the doors. We have to knock these doors, and these doors are there not because they were put there, we put them there as during our election. So yes, these doors must be knocked. Let's do it strategically. We are the beneficiaries of the social economic development plan that the countries have had, and yes, ASEAN too. And therefore, we must be involved from the very beginning. That's our takeaway. Let's be the deciding factor, not just to absorb everything. Lastly, I just want to say structural development we need, definitely, but not at the expense of human development. And last but not least, thank you to my colleagues of Pusat Komas, Afrina, Yoga, Umi, who happily went off of a program, YCV program, and to my colleagues from the CSO platform, I want to mention these. Ila, who is there, Ila Warasan, Sherin, Norhanan, and Kayo, who is outside there at the kitchen. Thank you, and to the leadership of Gerald Joseph, thank you so much.
Engagement modality of Asian peoples at Asian 2025. Opening doors, consultative dialogue, coalition building, consensus, citizen spaces, respect diversity and inclusivity, non-violence. Reported by Rakambia team. That's all for today. A big thank you from Rakambia team, and we look forward to seeing you in the next edition.